Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I kind of just wanted to have my first meal of the day with you guys and my coffee while we chit chat because I realized I hadn't done a video yet for the new year, like new year talks. I don't really like to talk about resolutions or goals. Don't necessarily believe that the new year is the time for that. It could literally be any time. Time is an illusion. But I do think it's important to set the tone for the rest of the year, for the year to come. My husband and I, what we do a lot is that we'll be like, this year is the year to focus on this. This year is the year to focus on that. And that has helped us just honestly run a household, run a family, build a family, and keep everything very intentional. And so it's just as simple as that. What do you want this year to be for you? And I know we want a lot of things, but I've come to realize I don't know if it's because I've turned 30 and something clicked, or maybe it's because I'm a mother now and about to have another one. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the era that I'm in. But I realized that all the cliche sayings, at least a lot of them, are really true. They're the key. They're the key. Okay. And you're going to try to fight it all your life before your 30s, especially. And then you get to a place where you're like, oh, the little things do matter. The little things that you do every day do add up and they make you the version that you need to be in order to reach a certain level in your life. So if you have really big goals, honestly, it's not about creating that business plan right away first. It's about how you're treating yourself, how you're protecting your energy, how you feel in your day to day, how you make decisions in your day to day that make you that person that you need to be to create that business, to start that business. And I'm not just talking about businesses here. I think everyone has different goals. So I know that that's the most common thing, like, oh, it's that job that I want, or it's this amount of money I want to make, or it's that business that I want to start, or maybe I just want to start a new hobby or whatever, go for something or travel, whatever it is. Honestly, it's the little things that you do that lead you there. I'm not trying to just state the obvious things here. Like, obviously, we need to be eating well. I believe in the 80-20 rule, but for the most part, 80 to 90% of the food that you bring into your home and put into your body should be quality food. And you should be intentional with the way that you eat. Get sunlight, stay active, hydrate well, be knowledgeable about your body as much as possible so that you know what nutrients to take and what supplements to supplement your body with, whatever. Those things are obvious. I'm not trying to be repetitive with that. We all know we need to be better health wise as much as possible every single freaking day, let alone every year. So, we're going to skip all of those very generic things, the goals that we all should have all the time. We're going to go straight into the nitty gritty. I myself was a procrastinator for a very long time. And I think that procrastination was a form of perfection in disguise because I was trying to get every single thing right and every single thing perfect that I wasn't doing much. I wasn't really getting anywhere. And so I obviously have done the work, right, to figure that out. I did therapy. I have just grown up and let life teach me lessons. I've paid attention to my intuition. I've done all those things. And now I'm at a place where I'm truly at peace. I'm not ever like completely settled because there's always something to be done, there's always something to accomplish, but I'm very much trusting the process right now, like truly. And that's bringing me a lot of peace. So I'm going to mention the little things that I've been doing to help me feel like I'm actually headed in the right direction, to help me feel like I can do this. I can do those big goals. I can literally get there because I'm doing A, B, and C today. Grab a coffee. I'm having just regular iced coffee. Yeah, the foam. The foam was probably not a good idea. I have like a straw, but it's so small. My husband got me this shirt for Christmas. Isn't it so cute? It says, I've been changed for good, or because I knew you, I've been changed for good. And look, isn't it? Hold on. Isn't this so cute? Oh, I love it so much. If you're new here, I sometimes like to talk about the things that I'm into currently so that it could be a book, movie, music, show, whatever. So let's talk about that first. I have a weird situation going on. I have like two pepperoncinis. I have sourdough bread with toasted with cream cheese and sun-dried tomatoes on top. If you've never tried that, thank me later. The book I'm currently reading is The Midnight Library. I love it so much. It's so freaking cute. I think it's deep, but also like the way that it's written is just so, it's, I don't know. Yes, called a fantasy. I guess, but it's so real because it's about a woman who has all these regrets in life and she gets a second chance to try all these different lives that she could have possibly had according to the decisions that she's made. So it's one of those like, what would you do if you had another second chance at life? That type of thing. So it's very motivating, beautifully written. I just love it. So far, I'm not even like I'm like 100 pages in, but at that point, I would already know if I like the book or not, and I know I'm gonna enjoy it and love it by the end of it. Look at this bookmark. Isn't it so cute? The little things. Oh, Jay Kelly is a movie that I watched recently. Absolutely loved it. 100% recommend. Y'all, the ending, if you know, you know. Just wow. Loved it. Loved Adam Sandler in it, George Clooney. Amazing. I also watched Wake Up a Dead Man by a Knives Out mystery. I love that series of movies. That one, the last one was great. I think I honestly might even do a whole video on it. I haven't really been listening to music except a lot of Christmas music, a lot of Chicky tunes, a lot of Wiggles, a lot of Barney, that type of music. It's one of those times where I'm just listening to my toddler's music, especially because it was the holidays. My toddler and I both enjoy Wicked, so we also listen to that music all the time, especially my husband. My husband loves it too. Oh, and there's this YouTube channel that is a small micro influencer, I believe. I don't like to even use the word influencer on people like that, but micro channel like mine. It's because she reads these energies of certain figures that we all know, public figures. And I know that a lot of people don't believe that in that. I do because I feel like people are given different gifts and some people can truly feel energies more than others and they can communicate with whatever is more powerful than us a little bit easier than most. Nothing too mystical. I'm not deep diving in any of that. I just get genuine vibes from her. I can really call out BS very easily, especially on the internet. So I'll leave her down below her channel because I think it's like really cool. And I've been into her videos as well. All right, let's take a sip. I've been just focused on giving my life meaning in every single aspect as much as possible because how could you expect to build that business if you can't even build a life for yourself that you actually enjoy in your day to day? Like if you can't leave that toxic relationship, girl, how you going to be able to choose a business partner wisely? It's that type of thing. Like if I can't stick to something I said I would do, in just regular day to day life, how am I supposed to stick to a whole business idea? Those are the things that I have struggled with. I'm like, God, am I even good enough? Because I keep overthinking so much and I don't end up doing anything. So over the last decade, I've just really been testing myself and practicing discipline and staying true to your word and honestly respecting yourself because those two things are respect for yourself. If I don't know what I actually enjoy doing, and if I can't stick to the little hobbies that I enjoy, the things that make me feel fulfilled, how am I going to be able to dedicate my life to something a lot harder, like a business idea or a YouTube channel, or whatever it is, right? Or like working out. Working out is like another form of testing yourself and training your mind to do harder things. It's the same concept. But like if you can't even wake up every day until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, how are you going to expect to be healthy, be able to eat well, and get some sun? How are you going to expect to like build a whole business or build a whole body? Do you know what I mean? Like you have to have these certain routines. And I know it gets so exhausting hearing all these successful people be like, so I wake up at 5 in the morning every day. I meditate, I journal. No, but like honestly, it may not look exactly like that, but they do that because it keeps them grounded for these big, humongous goals they have. In order to accomplish them, they have to be grounded. They have to have a routine of some sorts. Change in environment. The first thing that my husband and I did was look for another apartment, literally in the same place, the same area, the same property, but just not only for a little bit more space, but better lighting. You guys, I think lighting is everything. Lighting and the way you feel in your home. Because some people like moody lighting. I like brightness. I needed it because in my last apartment, although I loved it so much and we created many memories there, it just wasn't, the sun wasn't shining in the morning. And that really messed with my circadian rhythm. It really messed with my everything. I love having that morning light come through. And so not having that was really messing with me in many ways. emotionally, in my mood. Just seriously, just moving into another unit where we're facing the sun has helped so much. And then we got a third bedroom, and I know some can't afford a third bedroom, but it really does matter regardless of what you have available, how you just use your space, right? And so for us, having a third bedroom to store things so that each kid has their own room, so that there's a place for everything, that really matters to me. It's not about getting a bigger space to fill it up more. It's just about everything that you do have having its place. For me, that was my goal. And also, it was our goal this year to not travel as much, but instead spend that money that we would usually spend on like travels. We spent it on furniture, and we worked extra hard to spend it on the furniture we actually want to have, rather than furniture we've just had there because we've picked it up on the street, thrift store, or because it was just a cheaper option. We truly just not luxury furniture at all by any means, but we chose the furniture wisely, and we're still in the process of it. Finally got a freaking bed frame. Like, hello, we're adulting now. It's like we put all those things on hold because we didn't really care. Especially when you're in an apartment, you're like, oh, I might move to a house soon. Baby, a house right now, my husband said the other day, what used to be a dream is now a fantasy. And I hope that it's not like that forever. But right now, a house is a fantasy for a lot of us. And so, why not make your little apartment or your whatever your space looks like, make it livable, make it feel permanent, make it feel like you're home. So, like, I finally have the dining room table that I've always wanted to have, the feel of it, right? Not exactly the furniture, but just the feel of it. I put my grandma's candle holders on the wall, and I've always wanted to put those up since I've had them after she passed. So, I put that up. I've also been, I think about 2 years ago, I picked up a stick from a manifestation deck, and it said, post more pictures of, not post, but put more pictures of your family, of your life on your walls, girl. Like, basically, it was calling me out for like having plain ass walls and not looking like I had a life if you stepped into my home. And so I was like, no, no, no. That was 2 years ago, and I've been postponing it. But this year, I'm like, I want to have frames up. And so we put up a frame in our dining room of the wedding dinner of ours. And I was like, I want to do that for every room, whatever. Like, we have professional photos that we've done, and I've never posted them. And even if they're not professional, I've taken pictures on my camera, which we'll get to that. Documenting your life matters. I'm like, damn, I haven't even like posted these beautiful photos that I got. And so, like, in my husband and I's room, I want to put the pictures of our engagement shoot. And then in the living room, do like a whole timeline of our life. And just little things like that. That's main character energy. That's like, I love my life, and I'm going to showcase it, and I'm going to be able to look at it every day and remind myself of how blessed I am. Like, those things really do matter. Make your life colorful, make your life have purpose, make every corner have purpose, make every wall have its purpose. Not clutter, but intention. Hold on, I really wanted a piece of this bread. Another goal of my husband and I has been to like create a space for my toddler to do her homeschooling stuff. And I'm sitting in it right now. I love this room. It's actually my favorite room now. It's our den. And we made our bedroom a whole vibe so that we don't have to, so that we can give her this space, basically, to be a child. And she has her room with all her fantasy stuff, like dress up and books and things that are not really educational, right? Anything that's not educational, her kitchen, pretend play. And then this corner is all about education, but still fun and creativity and crafts and sensory stuff. For right now, I'm going to be homeschooling until I don't know when. And she's only 2, but I really want her to just know that this is like about to be a thing, right? Just like the potty training. You put the potty out even before you tell them to go pee on it, because it's just setting the intention like, hey, this is the next challenge. This is what you're going to learn to do next. And so things like that. Like, I have material that she's probably not ready yet, but I just want to build up to that. And so whenever she is ready, it's all available to her. It's the same thing in a classroom, in a Montessori classroom. Like, you have the shelves that you're not ready for, and then you have the shelves that you are. And so you lead the kid to the things that they are, and they'll let you know when they're ready for the next skill. And so that's what I wanted to kind of create here. Not actually Montessori, just that theory or that technique, that strategy. So we also worked hard to get the stuff for it here. And if you're interested, I'll leave some Amazon stuff down below. But it's accomplished. We made it happen. And I absolutely love it. Love this for her. And yeah. So then going back to a little bit to documenting your life, having a camcorder to record all of our videos as a family or the things that we do together has been so life changing, and also a camera to do photos because you don't always have to hire a professional photographer for things. And if you learn the settings, you can make it your own vibe, like the manual settings. And I just love not having so much clutter on my phone. I don't want to create another Gmail account because I'm overflowed with photos. And not only that, I think that giving your private life, your special moments in life, a place that's like sacred is important. And I don't think a phone is sacred. I think a phone can easily get lost. I think a phone is just, it's, I don't know, it doesn't feel private, if that makes sense. And I was tired of seeing all these beautiful photos and videos of my child and our life on the phone and on another Gmail account on Google Photos. And I'm like, no, no, no. So I have a lot of stuff on external drives, a lot of folders. It took a while to do it, but I did it. Transferred almost everything from Google Photos to my external drive. And then now I feel a lot more clear headed because there's not so much clutter. My phone is literally for business only or just for other things, not my personal life as much as possible, right? Because I'll still pull it out if I need to film something and I don't have the camera, but just minimizing that. It's just, and also there's less photos being taken because for some reason with a camcorder and with a camera, you just use it less and you use it more intentionally. So that's amazing. Another thing, scrapbooking. Scrapbooking has been great because again, it's a spiritual, energetic thing. You're giving these things importance in your life. And I was realistic with myself and I said, I'm not going to be able to do it in chronological order because I'm not going to have the time to constantly scrapbook. So I decided to just do the holidays and birthdays. And that has been great so far. So I can go a few months without having to scrapbook, not having the pressure to do it. But then once I gather like all the holidays of that year or the birthday or whatever, I will then sit down and do it, print photos as I go. So just do it however you want to, but for sure documenting your life in any way helps with, just confidence. It helps you feel proud of where you've come, and it's a chance to reflect on the things you have accomplished. To-do lists. Oh my goodness. So I have a journal for everything. I've been writing a lot more, all my ideas for YouTube or just thoughts that I have. I have it on this Wicked journal my mom gave me. And then I have a little notebook for my to-do lists. And then I just have like, I would say I'm using this for just quick notes. And a few years ago, I would just do a to do list and then never do it again for the next 3 months. And then the next 3 months, it was a mess. And doing to do lists weekly has helped me rather than doing them every day because it's not realistic for me to accomplish a bunch of things in one day. So I'm like, no, I'll give myself until Friday or Sunday to do this many things. So I'll do a to do list sometimes for the month, but sometimes for the week, for the most part, for the week. So that has helped me just get things done. And again, it's about clearing the mind of any clutter that is really not necessary to be there and it's just not helping you in any way. So, love that. Then, another thing I've been doing is journaling. Again, journaling your thoughts. It's so cliche. It sounds very cliche, but it's so true. Anyone that needs help with anything in life, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, physically, journaling as much as I think is just as much important as it is to eat healthy and work out. Journaling, because it's like that, it's a way to track your progress, track your thoughts, to understand what's going up here because it actually is controlling your life. Your mind can control your life if you allow it. And so being able to write everything down has helped me, and I just don't feel I can actually feel present in my life without being in my head so much because I'm writing my thoughts down. Establishing traditions, especially if you're a parent yourself, is so important. And it's one of the best times about being a parent, not only raising them and having fun with them and getting an opportunity to see life in an innocent way again, but also just establishing traditions I think is so fun. And so for me, like one of the traditions that I have done with my husband is my daughter, every time she has a birthday that comes up, we plan a trip around that birthday theme. So her first birthday was Enchanted Forest. We took her to the forest in California. It sounds bougie, but we do things in a very affordable way. The second one was Elmo themes, like Sesame Place themed, and we took her to Sesame Place 2 months prior. It doesn't have to be exactly around that same time, but around her birthday or on the birthday, we'll do a trip and invite everyone in the family, to be honest, anyone that wants to go. All kids are welcome. And it just encourages everyone to get out of their house, to travel, to seek adventure, because that's what my husband and I are all about. So not only is it a birthday, but it's also just an opportunity for the family to get together. And it also teaches my kid that to celebrate her life, right? Like to just celebrate and go all out, girl. Like celebrate you. Who better to celebrate yourself than yourself, like, and the people that you love, but also like to just encourage to always seek adventure and to celebrate like she's a queen. You know what I mean? Like nothing too extravagant, but to just be creative and to get out, just to get out. So this year we're doing the same thing. And then a Christmas tradition that we've continued since she's been born is to get an ornament picked out for every interest we've had that year. So I'm like Kris Jenner, where she says, I feel like I have a relationship with my ornaments. That's me, girl. I get it now. I get it. The holidays are special, I think, because of traditions, right? So if you can just establish one tradition, that would be so impactful to your family. Also, just having little things that you do around your hometown or around your city, around your local area that you do weekly with your family. For us, it's the farmer's market and it's a coffee shop sometimes that we just go to it for the month, or we just like to go to certain spots and we have a spot to do an activity, we have a spot to eat or get coffee or to get food, and then every time we go there we do the same thing, and that's just something to look forward to. I don't know, just being intentional with how you use your time. Basically what I'm trying to say is you got to love your life. You have to love your life, and if the day-to-day things that you do aren't helping you feel that way about yourself and about your life, it's time to get it together, girl. Like even if it's the skin, I know like some people say having a skincare routine, having a morning routine, all of that is really hard to do and stick to if you're not really enjoying your life. So find a way to enjoy your life in your day to day. And I promise you that that morning routine will come a lot easier. That workout will come a lot easier. The responsibilities of your day to day will become a lot easier to accomplish if you establish really good energy around your life. Some people call this romanticizing your life. I just think it's about enjoying it. We don't get to actually know everyone's story. And so sometimes it sounds and looks like they had overnight success, but it was the little things that they did every day to get them there. So happy New Year's. Love you guys.